All right, Stephen A. Smith here, giving you guys the recap for week one. We will start off doing our um, incentive check, and then we also had the game of the week. We did interviews for games of the week as well. Stephen A. Smith received a kennels for switching, user switching, apparently. It looked like after reviewing the tape that I did switch, but obviously it wasn't intentional. So um, that's something that we don't want to do, regardless whether it's computer or a user. So I don't recall doing it, but from looking at it, especially with the incompletion, it did look like I clicked over. So um, been in a no switch league for damn near a decade since I've been young, being a part of OJ League and Mike. So it's not an issue. It may just was a freak accident. So moving forward, we will do the incentive check. We are aware of the Duke matchup. Florida and SMU, we're aware of that. That was using user. Wisconsin played Arizona State twice. I will look over that after this matchup just to see um, what's the deal with that. Wisconsin. Let's see. What I like to do is I like to ask them first, like, okay, did you play a computer twice? And then hopefully they give me um, a honest opinion. I mean, honest take of what happened. Let's see. And we'll keep moving. Um, Washington won against Wake Forest 50-16. Notre Dame beats Purdue 56-6. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the game of the week. Game of the week we had was Texas Tech and Clemson. We're going to go back over the whole entire list, obviously, but I want to start out with the game of the week. So, game of the week. Before, during this game of the week, the votes was 15-4. Clemson had 15 votes. Texas Tech had 4. And from the looks of it, Texas Tech was the underdog, and they came into this matchup with a different type of mentality. You guys are going to hear that shortly. Um, Pull it up. All right, cool. So you guys are going to hear what was stated. Texas Tech called out Clemson. As we can see, score 28-21. Taking a look at the turnover battle, 1-1. And then stats. Clemson is without Cade Klubnik, obviously. So then they have Malik Murphy, 137, one interception. They did run the ball well. Gideon Davison couldn't get anything going in the passing game. Texas Tech was able to do amazing things in the air, in the receiving game for sure. So let's take a listen to hear what the loser, which is Clemson, had to say, and then we will hear what Texas Tech wanted to say about this matchup. Let me turn everything up loud. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, tough loss, but week one, non-conference, so really not too big of a deal. Um, Made a couple mistakes and didn't have a couple plays that should have went my way, go my way, but that's football, and we move. Quarterback will be fine. He's got a great arm, super accurate. Not too worried about it. Just gotta find a new rhythm on offense, try a new playbook as well. But overall, we'll be all right.
All right, so it sounds like Clemson is not beating themselves up too much. It's not a conference matchup, but Texas Tech took this personal. This was a very personal matchup, and he wanted to get some things off of his chest after this matchup. So I'm gonna play this video and let you guys hear what he had to say.
To be honest, Stephen A., I felt like Clemson was talking some good shit. I wanted to show up after that bullshit bowl game. Really show them who was boss. Terrence Carter, our tight end, showed up great. I think our defense did what they were supposed to do, and Clemson got away with a couple lucky plays. But all in all, I think we showed the league Texas Tech is here to play.
I love it. I absolutely love the noise talking. Let's spice up this recap. Let's stop going through the motion and let's get it. Let's get personal. I definitely love that. So now we'll go ahead and follow up with what we was reviewing. User we had was BYU and Duke. Duke won this game 33-31. Absolutely a huge win right here, beating BYU. I'm glad that they was able to get this game done. I didn't interview Duke. Unfortunately, we had so many interviews this week. But as we can see, BYU played great. 339, 3 TDs, 1 interception. And then Duke also was able to get some things done. Not much in the passing game, but they did get some things done in the run game. BYU, unfortunately, didn't get anything done in the run game. They threw a total of 39 times in this football game. Duke also was able to get some things done in the receiving game as well. They played complete football all around, and they playing with that mentality that they want to be nationally respected. And winning a game like that definitely is how you make your statements. Florida and SMU. Florida do have a game of the week next week, which is week 2. But Florida won this game. He's also the defending champ, 62-24. Um, he's a dog, man. He definitely is a very good, talented player. Turnover battle was 1-4. 202, 2 TDs. We also have DJ Lagway back. SMU have Kevin Jennings, 4 interceptions. Not looking good right there. They didn't run the ball well. As you guys can see, Florida was able to capitalize off those turnovers. AJ Turner, 10 carries, 123 yards, 2 TDs. Then they also had DJ Lagway with 114 yards and 2 TDs as well. So 2 different backs, whether it's quarterback and running back, was able to share 100 plus on the ground. And then look what they was able to do in the pass game. We played this guy last season, and he's hell for sure. He beat us pretty bad as well. He's supposed to have won an incentive, man, but hopefully he do everything right, especially with the incentive payout higher. But unfortunately, he was ineligible, and it really was by his opinion. Is basically saying he didn't want to be eligible. I think we were going back and forth with being exchanged with words, but it could have been avoided, man. He could have received $200. Um, and anyway, we have Wisconsin, as I said before, they beat Arizona State 33-28. Washington beats Wake Forest 50-16. Notre Dame beats Purdue 56-6. Alabama beats West Virginia 46-17. TCU and Oregon, user. Oregon lost this game by 1 point, man. Very, very tight football game. Um, Taking a look at the statistics, Oregon, Luke Moga, 180 yards, 4 interceptions, man. You cannot turn the ball over that many times. They was able to get some things done in the stats category, but oh yeah, wow. TCU turned the ball over 3 times as well. Love to see that though, because I think we played TCU, if I'm not mistaken, week 2. But when you turn the ball over, it makes it a lot difficult for you to win games. So um, that was just a turnover fest between both guys. Kansas State and Nebraska. I did interview. I want to say Nebraska as they looking to get back to the national championship, and so I interviewed him to see what's his mentality going into this football game. I'm going to play that video so you guys can hear it, and then we're going to see if they was able to translate that to the game, to the field. So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say.
Last season we overachieved compared to where we were predicted to finish. 84 overall team last year. Kind of relied on Dylan Raiola a lot, and it carried us into the postseason until the unfortunate events that took place in the semifinal game. scoring a touchdown late to go up with 13 seconds left, and then giving up a kickoff return for a touchdown to end the season and the chance at a perfect one.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the semifinal, not the Natty. I don't know why I keep saying that, but he's capable of getting there.
It stinks, but we've retooled, brought in a lot of 4-star transfers, got a new offensive line, a 3-headed running back attack of Emmett Johnson, Ricky Hunt Jr., and Cam Cook. It's going to be really exciting Nebraska football. And, of course, we still got Dylan Raiola. So look forward to the offense being even better this year than it was last year. We're going to hope the defense can keep pace and make another run at it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so it sounds like he very high on Dylan Raiola. He mentioned that a lot was on Dylan Raiola last year. So, but he's able to still get it done this year with the passing game. Running the ball was something that he wanted to actually improve with this year. We see that he was able to do that: 10 carries, 110 yards, and 1 TD by Ricky Hunt Jr. that he did mention, along with Cook. He also had Naziah Hunter, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 TDs. Kansas State, unfortunately, Kansas State, they lost this matchup 28-38. They did lose Avery Johnson to the portal, and so they was able to pick up Alonzo Barnett III. He passed for 280, 1 TD, but 3 interceptions. I'm definitely going to look at that tape right there. They wasn't able to get anything going in the run game, passing game neither. I mean, they did have Dylan Edwards catching out the backfield with 9 receptions and 90 yards, but when you have a running back with the most catches in the wide receiver room, it's a good scouting report when you play them. You can just watch the things that's coming out the backfield. It's not good when your receivers have less catches than your running backs do. So we will see if this continues, but losing Avery Johnson may be a problem for Kansas State. LSU won against Delaware 59-0. Virginia Tech and Auburn. Virginia Tech is also looking to make some noise this year. I think I did interview Virginia Tech and Auburn. So let's see what Virginia Tech had to say. Virginia Tech. That is Jalen. Okay, I didn't interview Jalen. Okay, and then Auburn. Let's see if I interviewed Auburn. Nope. So taking a look at this matchup, 28-26, turnover battle, 3-2 player statistics. Ashton Daniels, 3 TDs. 3 interceptions, 2 TDs, 305. And they still came up 2 points short despite turning the ball over 3 times. Couldn't get anything going running the ball. 24 carries with only 2.6 on average. He was trying to force it, but the defense for Virginia Tech was able to come through. They did get some things going in the passing game, but it really came down to the running the football and that defense being able to rally around the running back. 9 tackles. I mean, this is 9-9-9-8-6-6-3-3. I mean, so many tackles. His defense was ready to play, and there was a huge reason why he won this game. 2 interceptions came from Caleb Spencer. Great win right there, defensive win. Colorado beats Cal 35-20, and as I stated before, there was some things said about my user. I guess it was just a freak accident, as I said before. Don't have a problem with switching because I've been playing no switch for a long time. But still, if I'm going to be Stephen A and I'm going to hold everybody accountable, then I have to make sure that I don't make those type of unnecessary mistakes. So that's just what that is. Ole Miss and Florida State. User. Florida State won this game big, 57-33. Ole Miss lost. I did interview both of these guys, as we can see the box score. 3 points in the first quarter, not a good way to start the game off if you're Ole Miss. So let's take a listen to hear what Ole Miss had to say.
Yeah, man. Um, from the game, we just we gotta land some recruits in the secondary department. We gotta land some recruits. Front seven played decent. The secondary is just got scorched again. Streaks all day long. So it's the first game of the season. We're gonna continue to try to figure it out each and every week. Different game plans for different opponents each and every week. Make this getting beat. Some gotta give. Because this is really unacceptable. All in all, continue to fight back. Even though the game was out of hand at the beginning, we got it down to 14. The streak after streak. We'll figure it out.
Very, very frustrated post press conference from Ole Miss, as you guys can hear his emotion. And, I'm not going to ask him to speak up louder or more sound excited. I mean, who likes to lose a game 57-33? So I can understand the frustration. I did interview FSU Robo, and so you guys are going to hear his excitement winning this game 57-33. He also had some huge signings as far as from that transfer portal. So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say.
What's up, Stephen A? I'm actually super excited for the start. Want to know, especially after last year getting blown out. So it's nice to get off on the right foot this year. Um, it was a whole lot of unknown because I'm starting basically an entire new offense. I got quarterback, running back, 3 wide receivers, tight end, and 4 offensive linemen in the portal this year. So it, it's I was nervous for sure, but they stepped up. I mean, they had my best offensive game this edition of college football. So excited for things. Looking forward. I got 3 computer games, and then I get Clemson rivalry again. So looking forward to how the season goes.
Very, very good stuff from FSU. He spoke about having that matchup against Clemson. We know they're going to want to win a big one after losing to Texas Tech, but Florida State, 515 yards, completely new look offense, 6 total TDs. Devon Dampier, he definitely played amazing. As you guys can see, has a lot of good statistics at the bottom right. Magician, Option King, Shifty, 6 TDs, 515 yards, completely went off. They ran the ball well. It's not like he did it in the air. He also did it on the ground. Wide receivers was able to capitalize. 3 different wide receivers with over 100 yards. So when I look at offensive performances and people like to say, "Oh, put them in the bag kennels," listen, this was this was complete dominance the way that it's supposed to have been. When you see these numbers like this is realistic. This is as somebody was capitalizing on the defense just an entire game. They ran the ball over 100 something yards, and they have 3 receivers with over 100 yards. So, I mean, that's just complete domination. So, great, great stuff right there. He's a former 3-time champ for a reason. He played like it in that matchup. USC beats Fresno State 35-7. I think I did interview USC because I wanted to hear what's his mentality going into this year. They've been talking about recruiting, and I want to know, have there been any changes made with this football team? So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say.
Steven,
I mean, as far as recruiting goes, you know, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star recruits, they're going to be rampant throughout, the team. Um, no, we don't necessarily feel like uh, this crop of kids that we're going to bring in is going to be the end all be all. Um, but we are pretty much satisfied with what we have on our team. Um, we know that we got to come out, we got to play fast, we got to execute. Uh, we got to be adverse with the X's and O's, play great defense, you know, make a quote unquote wannabe balanced team turn into a one sided team. But I mean, I like where we're at. We got a couple of guys that are, they're going to fight on. We'll put it together. We'll put it on the line, and we'll see one game at a time where it takes us.
All right, so that was Young Manning with talking about this matchup. Well, not this matchup, but about his team. About his team. Whenever I'm interviewing guys, man, make sure you speak up so we can hear. That was very, very low, inexcusable, Young Manning. But overall, he spoke about the excitement of his team and the difference in the changes and stuff like that. UCLA won against Boise State 34-10. Big win right there. Georgia beats Michigan State 56-10. I think I did interview him as well. Yeah, so let's take a listen to hear what he has to say about um, where his team is headed and how he feel. He had the number one recruiting class, so he did win. He was one of our incentives winner. He had the number one recruiting class, and so shout out to him. He did receive his incentives. So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say, having the number one recruiting class and the expectations for him year two.
Thanks so much, Stephen A. Year two, man. What can I say? Recruiting class number one. We got guys that can come in and impact the team day one. Hopefully, we don't need them to do that, but they can. Coming into this year, last year ended terribly. We got a bad taste in our mouth, man. We are looking to bounce back and do even more. We got some dogs, and I mean dogs, in out of the portal. So we're coming in with the best team on paper, but the thing about football is that doesn't matter. You got to play the games. So we're excited. We're still a bit angry. We're gonna try to play like some dogs this year, and we're gonna see what happens. But very, 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 very excited about this team and the things we can do. So let's see what happens. But thanks, Stephen A. Good luck to you as well, and go Dogs.
Yeah, Georgia, as I said before, they have a team. They're going to be a problem. Number one recruiting class. So shout out to Georgia. Then we had Texas defeat Texas State 63-0. I'm definitely looking forward to speaking with him next week. Clemson, we did do that. Clemson and Texas Tech. Georgia Tech and South Carolina. South Carolina beats Georgia Tech 49-10. User, we had Penn State and Miami. I was playing around with Penn State. That's cool about having to be interviewed every week. But no, we definitely going to take a listen to hear what Koopy had to say before reviewing this game tape. And we're going to see about what he feels like that needs to be done week two. He had the Heisman winner, and he won an incentive contract winner. He basically earned, I'm going to just say earned, that's the right word. He earned some incentives for having a Heisman on his team. And he also said that he looks forward to having a repeat. So we potentially may have another Heisman performance coming out of Penn State. So let's take a listen to hear what he had to say.
What's up, Stephen A? Yeah, last year, regular season wise, was a success. Got to the Big Ten championship, went undefeated. Got absolutely destroyed in the Big Ten championship game, and tried to fake my own death to kind of rally the troops. Didn't work. Blake kind of messed me up too. Not as bad as Absolution, but pretty embarrassing performance to close out the season. Individual wise, Nick Singleton did have a great year, Heisman winner. But he's obviously gone now, and we have replaced him. Drew Aller is gone, which didn't really fit my play style, so I'm not very sad about him leaving. We brought in some guys that I think kind of fit our scheme a little bit more. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. We're going to just call him Saga at quarterback. He's got 84 speed and 95 throw power. So if we can get his accuracy dialed in, I think he could be a problem. And then we got a two-headed monster in the backfield, two speedsters, George Pettaway and Jarrett Gibson, 94 and 95 speed. Gibson having platinum shifty, so I think I can make some things work with him, hopefully. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I'm probably most excited about Bray Hubbard. He was with us, and he's probably our best defensive player. He's a safety, and he's going to be hopefully our little ball hawk back there and making some plays and get some turnovers. Outside of that, we've got a really young wide receiver room. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, hopefully we can kind of bounce back and find some success in the postseason, unlike last year. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I definitely think Penn State has a chance to make another run for a Heisman. Now, I'm not sure about the quarterback situation right now. We see a freshman. He threw 37 yards. I'm making sure that I'm reading this correctly. That's why I was trying to make sure this is legit. 37 yards, 10 for 15, but they ran the ball very, very well. So I'm definitely going to stay in tune to see how this guy Jaron, I'm like him, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, performs. But it looks like if you play Penn State, run commit. That's what it looks like. Run commit every play. But we will see how he does. Michigan beats West Virginia 76-0. Don't think I interviewed him this week. He's one of those that don't like to be interviewed, but we're going to reach out to him the next week so we can go ahead and find some ineligibles. But he won 76-0. Texas A&M, I did interview Texas A&M. They're opening up this year with some questionable roster changes. They lost Marcel Reed, one of the biggest names in the portal. 90 speed. He definitely has the talent. And I saw on his channel where a lot of his community are concerned about the quarterback situation. And so we're going to take a listen to hear what he had to say before giving our judgment, because I definitely feel like it's a problem down there in Texas without having Marcel Reed. But let's take a listen to hear if he feels that way. And also,
I should lock it up. You don't have to go very far.
So, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about what transpired in this long 12-hour off season. I wish I recorded it on YouTube because it was such a journey. Never experienced anything like it down here in Texas, in this Texas heat. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't got experience Texas heat. I call in and have people do that. While I'm in Seattle. But as far as what transpired down there, man, Marcel Reed is a nice individual, a very nice quarterback, as you said. He left a lot out there. We left some things out there on the field. He did pretty good. Had a few inconsistencies with moving the ball around the field, and he decided that he didn't want to be here anymore. Concepcion heard that news, and he said, "I'm going to the NFL. Not going to stay around here. We don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be like." And they tried to get my boy Owens to go, but Owens said, "You know what? I'm going to stick around and see." I believe in General Manager Palm here, and we believe in the coach and the system here. We got here at Texas A&M, and we brought in a slew of quarterbacks. We got some guys in here ready to throw the ball. We haven't named the starter yet, but we will be hosting a live practice on the channel, Game Entertainment Network tonight. Man, we can't get the time where that practice is going to be, man. But hit the notification bell, man, and you might get to catch that practice. And we're going to see who's going to be the starting quarterback. But we got a lot of talented individuals in the locker room, man, and we got to make that decision. But it's going to be fun to make. As far as the team, we had about 20 to 40 individuals leave, about 20 seniors, about 20 guys left ship, said, this isn't the school for me. And that's okay. We brought in a lot of nice guys, a lot of nice new receiver cast, a slew of freshman running backs. We brought in 4 freshman running backs. We brought in, just a lot of talent. Just look overlook. I suggest you do a deep dive on the Texas A&M roster, man. That might be a good, talking point for you there here at the Stephen A. Smith Show. But, we're doing pretty good, man. I think big things this year. The universe looking out for me. Got a lot of CPU games before we take it to Ole Miss. And, we got that game on the calendar. And, it is what it is. We just got to keep our head down, man, and keep progressing week to week. Keep progressing in training camp, man, and we look forward to see that quarterback battle later tonight, man. You never know who it's going to be. You just never know who it's going to be, sir. But I'd like to say thank you, though. You know what I'm saying, for the time, and y'all just look out for what's going on here at Texas A&M. We're a young team. We're a team that's not used to playing together. We're a team that's got to figure each other out, got to learn each other's tendencies, and we're going to do what it takes to get out there and win that natty, man. So, y'all stay tuned, man, and, look out for your boys, man. There's going to be a lot of action down there on that field, Bussy included. Also has returned to the receiver course. So, we're not alone out there on that offense. But, hey, thank you, man, for taking the time out to see what's going on in this little corner of Texas A&M, man. And, hey, we look forward to seeing y'all in the playoffs or seeing y'all whenever we see you. And for all those that, looked at us a certain way, make sure y'all look at us that same way when we line up on you on the defense out there. Hey, man. Hey, it's been fun, man. And, hey, we look to just be great. Offense, defense, special teams, everything, man. Recruiting class this year, everything. So it's going to be great, man.
Yeah, everything sounded very, very good. But in the reality of what Stephen A. Smith does is he don't just listen to what people say. He look at what the results are. And Marcel Reed is definitely going to be missed, in my opinion, but we're going to see if I'm correct. Brady Hart, there was some talks about him having a lot of hype, but 3 for 5. And also this kid right here, Eli Halston, 3 interceptions is not a good way to open the season against a computer. I think Missouri State he played. Yeah, Missouri State. So, I mean, this is a game where you're supposed to win big and dominate on all cylinders, but 59 completion percentage, 60 completion percentage don't look good, but we will see how things shape itself up for this team. Reminds me a lot of Penn State. They are a team that's going to rely on running the football and playing great defense. They're not an offensive team. I mean, they're not a passing team. So That's a good scouting report for anybody that watched the Stephen A. Smith show. If you play Texas A&M, Penn State, look for a heavy dose of run. Oklahoma won this game 48-0 in that matchup. I think that did. That pretty much completed all interviews. I want to make sure. Perfect. Yep. So that completed all interviews for week 1. Week 2 definitely is going to be a very high dose of interviews. Florida and Nebraska. I mean, this is going to be a battle. You got the former NNCFL defending champion facing off against one of the big dogs and that made it to the semifinal, Nebraska, that's looking to get to the national championship. So this is one of their big tests, big challenges. This is also game of the week, so we will interview these guys as Florida is also eligible now. So, I think he is. But let's see, Nebraska and Florida, game of the week. I'm gonna give you guys the vote. Right now we have 7-7. This is a 7-7, so it's an even vote. I'm leaning towards Nebraska. I voted Nebraska to win this game. It's going to be a very, very hard one, but I think this is the year where Dylan Raiola want to take it. Raiola want to take it a next step. So I'm gonna go Nebraska. Texas and Ohio State. Texas is looking to get back to the big dance. That's going to be a big game right here. I'm gonna go. Let me see. Let me see something with Texas before I give you guys my honest opinion. Because when I pick these, I don't just do it for the hell of it. I do it because I really feel like I just want to see one major thing about Texas. Arch Manning is back. That's what I want to. Okay, so I'm going Texas simply because Arch Manning. I feel like he has what it takes to play on the defensive side of the ball, but everything is about the quarterback. It's the highest paid position in football for a reason, and so I'm gonna take Texas in this matchup, and they're at home. And it's his senior year, so Arch Manning has to play well so he can get drafted high. Notre Dame and Duke. This is going to be one of those games where Duke really want to be nationally respected, and they're getting a chance to face off against a Notre Dame team that's been winning games. They beat BYU last week. They're at home. They have that home crowd. I'm going to go Duke. I'm gonna go Duke in this one, and I may be pushing it, but I'm gonna go Duke. I do feel like Duke, with them being at home, and they have that it about themselves. They want to get over the hump. They want to be nationally televised and respected. I think they're gonna win this game. Michigan and Oklahoma. Obviously, they have a very good quarterback. And Bryce Underwood. Oklahoma's a team that's known to win games. I'm gonna take Michigan, and they're at home, their home crowd. I'm gonna take them in that one. So we're gonna have a lot of interviews this week. Taking a look at the college football top 25, we have Georgia, Notre Dame, Florida, Texas, Nebraska, South Carolina, Ohio State, Penn State, Florida State, LSU, Colorado, Washington, Duke, Alabama, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Clemson, Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, and Iowa State. Notable teams on this list right here. Obviously, it's Georgia with them having the number one recruiting class. Then you got Notre Dame and Duke as they're facing off with each other. Duke getting a chance to create an upset alert, which would be huge. And then you have Nebraska still in that thing, Florida. So it's going to be an interesting season. Taking a look at the players of the week. DJ Pickett, 3 interceptions, 1 pass breakup, and 1 TD against Delaware. Then you have Nick Harbor, who is back for South Carolina, one of the teams that they're going to play hard every week. They did beat Texas A&M last year, and they had He had 11 receptions, 154 receiving yards, 14 on average, 4 receiving TDs. I can promise you he's in the Heisman race, and I haven't even looked yet. Let's see. And he's not, so I'm wrong. Avery Johnson. Oh, wow. So Avery Johnson that was with Kansas State is now with LSU. Damn. All right, so we have Nico Amaleva. I be getting that wrong even in real life. I got to get it right, though, if I want to up my game. But he's top 5 right now. Avery Johnson is in the Heisman race. Zachariah Branch. Um, Zachariah Branch, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to these names. But he's number 3. Jeremiah Smith is back in that thing. And then you have Ryan Williams, man, the 2 highest rated wide receivers and players actually in this whole entire video on this entire video game. So that's dope. Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith, top 2. So Avery Johnson, man, big signing right there from Mike. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to LSU making a deep run. Taking a look at the recruiting, we did start off early with the top classes. We was top 5, but we're still top 5 right now. We're trying to continually keep that trend going. You got Clemson, Colorado, Michigan, Oregon, San Diego State, Nevada, Hawaii, Fresno State, UNLV, and Utah State, all in the top 5 right. I mean top 10 right now, but I definitely want to keep this thing going, man. We got to bring in some talent. I mean, the only way we're going to beat teams that's over there in the SEC, like Florida, LSU, Penn State, even though they're not in the SEC, but to beat those caliber teams, we're going to have to bring in dogs. And I feel like we have the team now, but we have the team to get to the playoffs, but we want to get further than just the playoffs. So I think that bringing in the right pieces is going to be that's going to dictate how far we go in playoff runs. So we will see how things shape up. As I said before, man, very excited for the new season and the Natty. We will have that announcement as it get closer to how we do it every year. Everybody is eligible except Wisconsin. I have to check in with him, and so this is a great year without having to state somebody ineligible, but we won't see what's up with Wisconsin. Talk to you guys later the next